Good morning and welcome to today's class from the Circus app. My name is Regina and I will take you through a little stretch class today. First off, let me apologise for the slight delay, some slight technical issues, but we can now get started. Just go a few minutes after 11, so the class will still be an hour long. As per usual, the class is open to all levels, and I will do my best to give you variations on the exercises. Just take it at your own pace, see what version is right for you, and make sure that you are not experiencing any pain. So you shouldn't be feeling any pain beyond the normal discomfort of stretching during the class. So if you are feeling any unusual pain or anything like that, just take a step back and readjust and make sure that you are treating the right level. So if you do have any questions, any other issues during the class, you can use the comment section on this sidebar to ask any questions. If you need to give any feedback as well, if you like, or just say hi and say where you're tuning in from. It'd be great to hear. So if you've done any of my other classes, the class layout will be similar to the previous ones. So I'm going to start with a little warm-up. So I'm going to do a little warm-up, just a bit of cardio and everything to get our blood flowing in the morning. And we're going to use a song which is just in the video description down below. It's the song Hustle by Pink today, so you can play it at your end and jam along to me doing my little warm-up, which I will play through my headphones so that we don't have any copyright issues. Just, if you miss any steps or anything, don't worry about it too much. Just have fun, move along, get your blood flowing and your heart rate up. Just really good for flexibility. And then we're going to do a bit of leg flexibility. So the class focus really is today on legs. So we're going to spend most of the time of the class on both square splits, so the front splits and the middle splits as well, both passive and some active flexibility. And I'm going to finish up with a wee bit of shoulder and back flexibility, just to wake it up, make our back feel good, and then finish up with some abs and a little cool down. So, assuming you haven't gotten any other messages, so hopefully it's all go now with the class and no more technical issues. So I'm gonna put our headphones in, and you open your video to have the music going as I set it up, and let's get started. Just wiggle a little bit, nice and loose. And stay in your squat and lift your heels off the floor. Rock a little bit as well if you feel like it. Just have fun. Cool. Well, that was our little cardio warm-up. So you're ready for some flexibility training. So I'm going to start off. I'm just going to angle the camera a little bit more so you can see me a little bit better. I'm going to start off with some leg kicks. If you have done any of the previous classes, you will know these ones. They're my favorite ones to start off with. They're really nice to kind of get your legs nice and activated. So pop back a little bit more. Prop yourself up on your elbow or lie down on the ground if your legs are already really flexible. And then just kick your leg up into your chest 10 times. Nice and fast and powerful. Get your legs nice and active. And then switch legs, and with the other leg as well. Kind of want to kick towards the same shoulder that's in line with your leg. And keep your leg nice and straight, toes pointed. Alright. And then go up onto your side. Make sure your body's in a nice straight line. Hips, feet and shoulders are all in one line, and then just kick your leg up towards the back of your head. Again, 10 times. 8, 9, and 10. And swap sides, so do the same thing on the other side as well. Again, check that your body's in a nice straight line, and kick it up 10 times. 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Alright, and now to wake up the kind of like top part of your hamstring, lower, and the lower part of your glute, which is a really important part for any leg flexibility. And I'm just going to go up onto our elbows, bring one leg out, keep your back nice and rounded. You don't feel like you want to pull in your belly button. You can look at your foot to help you only lift the leg as far as you can without using your back as well. So what you want to avoid to do is this. You don't want to go all the way up. You don't want to arch your back. You keep it nice and straight. Your 10 lifts here. I lost count, but that was about 10. And then bring it up to your side as well. And we'll just do 5 of these ones. And try and keep your butt engaged at the same time. You bring it just off to your side, keeping your knee parallel with the floor. And then switch sides and do the other side as well. Again, keep your back nice and rounded. Don't arch it. Just lift the neck as far as you can without using your entire back. If you're doing any Pilates, these are Pilates style lifts. Really nice isolation of your glutes. And then bring it up towards your knee, up towards your ear. Knee parallel to the ground, just 5 times. Yes. Alright. You should start to feel that in your butt a little bit. Get a little activation, wake it up, sure it's participating in your movements. So we're going to do our favourite little leg lifts. So we're going to go and sit as far back against the wall as you can. So reach forward towards your toes, shuffle back a little bit further, make sure you're all the way on the wall, and we're going to just lift up, hands over the head, and reach forward, try and pull on your feet or your shins or your knees or wherever you are in the stretch, and try and arch your back so you get your belly button towards your legs. Nice straight back, so you don't want to round and look down, you want to look up and arch your back and go back up, and one more time. Up towards pulling your fingertips more and more and more, and relax. Nice, shake off your legs for a moment, and then we're going to make sure again that we are all the way on the wall. Put your hands next to your legs and lift up. 10 little lifts here. Nice straight legs. You want to feel like you want to lift from your heels first. And then pulse at the top. 10 little pulses. I'm just going to take off my socks so you can see my legs a little bit better. Just merge into the carpet otherwise. Alright, that's better. And 10 lift the other leg as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 pulses at the top. Oh, these just never get easier, but they're really good for you. So keep doing them, even if they feel hard. Great. Alright, now bring your legs just slightly apart, and then lift them out, and in again. 10 of these, nice in your own time. Your legs as straight as possible. Feel like you want to start lifting from your heels. And, alright, nice. Got a little exercise there for your quads and hips. So you should start to feel it, so let's stretch it out after giving it all that hard work. So we're going to bring our knee all the way back against the wall. If you have a hard floor, I recommend that you put something under your knee so it doesn't start to hurt. So if you have a pillow or even a top or a scarf or anything like that, just bring it, put it under your knee. I have to take off this as well. It's a little bit easier to see. Come up to. Alright. Slowly taking off all my clothes. Okay. So knee all the way back against the wall and lift up and try and get your shoulders on the wall. Tuck your pelvis under, make sure your hips are nice and square, so don't sink out with one hip. So keeping it all nice in one nice line. Things should be nicely lined up. No wonky edges, just keep it there. Feel the stretch in your quads here. Engage your abs, tuck your pelvis under, and breathe. Relax the shoulders. The one part of our body that can be relaxed, so let's try and let out that energy there. And then bring your front foot forward a little bit and go into extended lunge. You can bring the knee away from the wall a little bit if you like, and again try and not let everything collapse to the side. We want to make sure everything stays nice and engaged, nice and straight, being lined up, and then just go one arm at a time, bring it up and above behind your head, try and reach for the wall and push the wall away from you, and sink down further into your lunge. Really feel the stretch going through your hip flexor. Yeah. And keep one arm to the side for balance if you like. And then straighten out your front leg. Bring your chest towards your knee. Make sure you are nice and have a nice and straight back. And engage your quads. And then we're going to flex and point our foot. 4, 5, nice, great. And then slide down into your split. Make sure your hips are nice and square. One really nice way to check as well, if you are able to, just without using your hands or anything like that, pull your back foot off the wall 5 times. It should be nice and lined up in a straight line. So it shouldn't go, let's see if I can show you what I mean. So it should go in a nice straight line. It shouldn't go over to the side like that. If that happens, your hips might have unsquared a little bit. So just reset, square your hips, and keep it nice. Both hip bones facing forwards. I'm going to lean forward on our front leg and reach back up and reach back against the wall and try and get your head back down towards your leg and reach back up and slowly come out of it. Shake out everything for a moment so we're ready for the next round. Other side. And again, starting with the knee against the wall. Put something under it if you need to. Your foot should be in the middle of your butt cheek. And your, again, palms tucked under. Shoulders relaxed as far back against the wall as you can. Squeeze your lower butt. Engage your abs. As much as we want to relax and stretching, it's not actually usually what we should be doing. Always part of our body might be relaxed, but most importantly, we're stretching our legs. The legs need to be stay nice and engaged to make sure it's all nice and safe, and we're not pushing into a stretch that we can't support. Alright, slide your front leg forward and go into your extended lunge. Again, make sure everything's nice and lined up. You can put some pressure into the back leg with your hand if you like. Make sure your knee is not collapsing over to the side. You want to stay in a nice straight line. Front leg nicely lined up with your shoulder. And then one arm at a time, reach up and above your head, reach for the wall and go down. Push the wall again away from you and go into your nice stretch here. Alright, slowly come out of it and then straighten out your front leg. Bring your chest towards your knee. And flex and point your foot. And feel how it increases your stretch as you flex your foot. And your nerve tenses a little bit. Yeah, good. And then slide forward into your split. Again, try and lift your back foot off the wall if you can. Make sure it comes nice and straight and one follows towards your shoulder and doesn't walk over to the side if your hips have become up square. And then lean forward onto your leg. Feel that increased stretch in your hamstring. And reach up and above your head. Reach for the wall and push the wall away from you. And then try and walk your hands down the wall and get more of a stretch. Reach back up in the middle and slowly come out of it. Alright, shake out your legs a little bit and we're going to do another round of splits. If you want to do over splits, now's the time to do it. If you don't, you want to do them on the floor, that is also totally fine. And just go into your preferred leg first. Maybe you want to start off with your bad leg or your good leg. It's totally fine. Personal preferences always start off with my good leg, because I want to avoid my bad leg as long as possible, which is not usually a good idea, but hey. And then squeeze up towards the ceiling 10 times here. 4, 5, 6. You can use your arms a little bit, but try not to push from your hands. Really try and use your leg muscles to lift. And hold up the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And again, try if you feel up to it. If not, just stay in your split and bend your leg, grab it and pull it towards you. Or down into your armpit. Square up your shoulders as much as you can there. And then slowly release and let it go back to the floor. And come out of it. Take a little moment. And then switch legs. I want to do the other side. One more round of rear splits and then you can get onto our hips. So go up into your split. Slide down. Again, check that everything is nice and square. Both hip bones are facing forwards, both shoulders are facing forwards. Your legs are engaged. Thing that needs to be engaged, your toes are pointed. And then squeeze up towards the ceiling 10 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice and relax. And then bend your leg, your back leg, and pull it towards you if you feel up to it. If not, that's totally fine. Just stay in your stretch, whatever position you found that feels okay for you. Feels slight discomfort, but in a productive way. And just keep that, and then let it go and back to the floor. Alright, and out of it. Nice. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is just get our hips nice and smooth and ready, prepared for some middle splits. Do some split rotations. If your split's on the ground, you can just go from one split over, slide through a middle split into your other split. If your splits are not on the ground, there are different variations of this that you can do. You could just go, you can of course use your arms to go through the middle like this, or what you can do is just go into your lunge here and just twist it from open and down. All you want to do really here is make sure that your leg really turns in and out and you get it moving through the hip socket, nice and smooth. Just do 6 in your own time on each side if you're doing it in this variation. At first it might feel a little bit weird and it feels like your hip is getting stuck. That's totally fine, they will get better. It's a really nice move to kind of get your legs and hips moving in a nice smooth motion and wake it up and make it a little bit more smooth and moving, because it can get hips, especially if you have a desk job, they can get really kind of like stuck and not moving and kind of sore when you do middle splits. So it's going to take some time to prepare your legs and hips for what's to come. That sounds dangerous, isn't it? I swear it's not going to be horrible, but we want to make it as comfortable as possible if we can. So I'm going to do one other exercise again to get our hips nice and moving and activate it. So what I'm going to do is just lie down on the ground here. One leg is straight and the other one's bent, and we're just going to swing the leg from side to side. Let the other knee just drop if it wants to. Don't worry about it. It will move with you as you swing your leg around. And I'm going to do full circles as well. So bring your leg up across your face and back down. And the other way as well. Really swing it. Once you've done at least 2 full circles on each side. We're gonna switch over to the other leg and do the same thing here. Swing it from side to side. And get it moving dynamically across the range of movement and across your face, twice in each direction, and feel how that gets you hypnotized and happy and moving. Nice. Alright. Even let your knees just drop from side to side here. And hopefully you feel ready to stretch up those hips. So I'm going to start off with our little pancake here. So legs should be about 90 degrees. So if your middle split is further than that, don't go to the full extent. Just keep it at about 90 degrees. And then reach forward with your arms as far as you can. Shuffle back a little bit so you can see me better. So your knees want to be facing up towards the ceiling. Don't let them drop in like this. So keep your knees facing up, your toes pointed, and then walk yourselves over to one side and grab. If you are that low down, grab your foot. If not, that's fine. Just leave your arm hovering over to the side. Reach with your bottom arm down and forwards and look up towards the ceiling. Really feel the stretch in your side here. And bring it up to the other side. Again here. Look up towards the ceiling. Bring your arm forward and then feel like someone's pulling you. If you have someone in your bubble who wants to pull you, you can ask them to do that. Just make sure that you're communicating when it gets too much, before it gets too much, and then go melt back down onto the floor, into the middle. You want to do that one more time just to the other side. So walk yourselves over to the side, open up towards the ceiling, look up, feel the stretch all the way in your body. Keep your hip bones, your sit bones on the floor, and reach up to the other side. And look up at the ceiling. Bring your arms, your shoulder through and forward as much as you can. And then move back into the floor and forwards. Come back up. Take a moment, take a deep breath. And we're going to bring our arms up above our head or cross above your head, depending on where you are. And then lift down as far as you can without letting your legs drop in. So you really want to keep your legs rotating out. And 5 of these, and then you're going to hold it down at the bottom for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Alright, and now you're going to go into through a middle split onto our stomach. So again, I'm going to give you slight different variations. So if you're near the ground, anywhere near the ground, that's cool. What we're going to do is we're going to slide ourselves forward as much as we can, go through the middle split, and bring our legs together behind our body. And then we're going to shoot out our legs open, go back through a middle split, forward, and the same thing again. You're going to do 5 of these as well, just in your own time. So if this is your level, already get started. If you are not on the ground with your middle splits yet, that's totally fine. You can still do this exercise. So what you're just going to do is you're going to use your arm strength You push into the ground, you walk yourself forward through your middle split, and you're going to go onto your stomach, and you're going to do the same thing backwards. You can use your feet, push your feet into the ground to support yourselves, walk yourselves back onto your butt. Okay, so do 5 of these, whichever variation works for you, in your own time, just sliding forward onto your stomach and back. Try and shoot your legs open as much as you can. Try and get your legs out there. Actively shoot them open and back onto your butt. And one more time. Sliding forward through a middle split. Shoot your legs open and come back up. Nice. Alright. It's a really nice exercise to slowly find get your hips used to kind of sliding through these different positions and getting it more comfortable in your splits. And we're going to go back into our pancake. I'm going to do it one more time, but stop in the middle and stop in the middle split. And what we're going to do now is we're going to push our feet into the ground and try and lift up. Push your knees into the ground as well. Push up as much as you can. I just want to give you a quick variation as well. If your middle splits are not on the ground and you find them really, really painful on your hips for whatever reason, you can bend one leg. You can also go into your frog stretch if you prefer. If you're on your frog stretch, give your legs about 90 degrees angle here. My lovely 90-degree angle if you're in your frog. I do want to, if you feel free to push yourself if you feel reasonably comfortable in your middle splits, or you're trying to get your middle splits not near the ground, then go into your middle split, and then we're going to push up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And next time we're going to do the opposite. We're going to feel like we want to pull our feet off the ground. And for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And one more time. Push yourself up. Feel like you want to lift your butt off the floor. Pushing your knees into the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And feel like you want to pull your feet off the floor. Last time. And for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Alright. Come out of it. Take a moment. We're going to do one more round of those. But if you are on the ground and you want to do some over splits, feel free to do so. You can just put your legs onto something. You can go one leg at a time if you like. I'm going to call out halfway, so you can switch over legs if you have done one at a time. Same thing as well if you have done one knee bent and one leg straight. I'm going to call out halfway so you can switch legs. Alright, I'm going to go again into the middle split. I'm just going to hold this for a moment here. You want to engage your quads and your outer butt, so this part of your butt. So really good way to think about it is you want to rotate your pelvis forward so that your knees are facing forward. But then you want to think about slightly turning out your legs as well. So that should give your knees a slight upwards angle, not all the way up, not all the way down, just kind of a slight upwards angle there, and it will give you the right engagement as well on your outer butt and your quads. If your knees are starting to hurt, it might be that you're not engaging your quads enough. Alright? So hold that for a moment. If you feel comfortable, you can lift up your chest as well. If you've done one leg at a time, switch it over now and find back into your other leg. Find the position again. Have your chest down if you like. You can bring it up. Arch your back if you feel like it. Get your back walking up a little bit from side to side. And slide back down, keeping in your middle split. Just going to hold it for a little bit longer. You're almost there. It won't be much longer. And then we can do some active flexibility. The thing that you've all been looking forward to, I am sure. Alright, come out of it. Shake it out. Got all the hips. Just going to give our hips a nice big stretch for a moment. So I'm going to bring your feet in front of you in a nice big diamond shape. And press down on your knees and bring your feet, your head towards your feet. Nice straight back, reaching forwards. Can feel like you want to get your chest onto the ground. Nice. Alright, come out of it. Okay. So let's do a quick round of active flex. We're just going to do some leg lifts. So you can do them from the ground. If you want a bit more of a challenge, you can do it off a chair or whatever slightly elevated platform you have around you. But they're totally fine just doing them on the ground as well. And I'm just going to do 10 little lifts here. 5, 6, 9, 10, and the other leg as well. 2, 3. Make sure everything's in a nice line. You're not kind of like, you're not sinking over to the side, lifting up like that. You can want to engage your butt just down below. And make sure everything is in a nice straight line and you're not leaning to each side too much. And I'm going to bring our leg just slightly angled just in front of your shoulder and lift it up here. 10 low lifts. 6, 7, 8, 2, and the other side as well. Again, you want to try and avoid, let's see if I can do it just from the side here. So you want to try and avoid going over and opening your hips. So you want to keep your hips down, everything nice in one line, and just lift up your leg slightly towards your side. And then bring your leg behind you and lift it up here. You can rock your chest forwards a little bit when you lift your leg. Don't go all the way. Just keeping it slightly upright. Make sure your leg is nice and straight. It has a tendency to bend a little bit, so just make sure everything is nice and straight as you lift. Straighter than you think. It feels like it's straight, but it needs to be straighter. Again here, don't open your hip, so you want to keep the hip down and just lift it. Feel it going there. Nice. Alright. Go down onto your knees. And we're going to lift our leg up to the side and then straighten it and bend it again and bring it back down. And do 6 of those. Always feel like you want to pull your knee up further into your middle split. And feel that in your side butt. And the other side. Two more. And 6. Nice. Alright. Hopefully you should feel that in your side back a little bit. Really good exercise for active middle splits and active square splits. So keep those up. And let's just do just a wee bit of shoulder flexibility and back flex. The time in terms of like we're going past 11, but you can, if you have to leave, that's totally fine. You can just, come back and watch it later. So cross your fingers, palms facing outwards, and just bring your arms nice and straight and up above your head. Yeah. Keep your head forward at the moment, keep your ribs in. Just push them back and give it nice little pulses backwards. And go in a nice little circle. Feel like you want to get your hands away from you as much as you can in each direction. Keep pushing from your shoulders away and go the other direction. And one more, then I'm going to stop on the back. I'm going to turn around so you can see me slightly better. Alright, keep your arms pulling back as much as you can and arch your back a little bit. And you're going to bring your head back as well. Keep pulling with your hands down towards the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your head back. Keep your arms back. And nice little release there. Feels good. And bring your arm up above and behind your head. Pull it down. Keep your ribs in. Look up. Push your arm back with your head. And I'm going to go to the side. Crunch over. Without falling over. Keep looking up. Don't let your arm push you forward. And bring it back up. Release your arm. Bring it in front of you. Shoulder down. And give it a nice little wrist circle there. Alright, other side. Arm up and behind your head. Look up to push your arm backwards. Keep your ribs in. What I mean by that, and I can show you from the side. So what you want to avoid to do is this. You don't want to kind of just let your everything sag. You want to keep your ribs in and keep that nice and stable as you stretch your shoulder. And then crunch over to the side. Keep looking up. And come back. Release your arm right in front of you. And give it a nice little wrist circle. Nice. Right. Shake it up for a moment. Grab your yoga block or yoga block sized item. Maybe if you book a water bottle, slide it back down onto the floor in child's pose. And we're just gonna lift our arms off the floor, pushing with our palms into the yoga block for 5 times. Nice and active shoulder flexibility exercise. And bend your arms, keep pushing into the yoga block as much as you can, and lift here 5 times off the floor as well. Nice. A lovely little activation for the shoulders. Keep working on those ones. They're really good to get that extra shoulder extension that we all want, and they are really good for that. Go onto your knees and your hands, and give your spine and your shoulders and everything a little bit of a movement in each direction that you can think of. You can make it creative if you like. Find a little dance, wiggle your tail. Love moving around like that and feeling the spine moving. Feels good. And then we're gonna go back down. Pull our chest up towards onto the floor and lifting up slowly all the way into our cobra. Squeeze your lower butt when you're there. And from here, we're going to lift our butt off the floor through an arch into the opposite extension, into a little buckle. And again, back through child's pose. Pull your chest onto the floor, lifting up slowly, one vertebrae at a time, into your cobra. And bring it back and up through an arch into the neutral position. And now we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to go starting by getting our hips onto the floor and going into our arch. Again, squeeze the lower back to open up into your hips. Don't lift your hips off the floor. You want to keep them nice and glued to the floor. And slowly, one vertebrae at a time, lower your chest down towards the ground. Go through the child's pose, up onto hands and knees again. Go down, hips towards the ground, into your arch. Slowly lower down onto the floor. One more time. Up. Our hips onto the floor. Get a nice good stretch here. Wiggle it from side to side. Look for one leg or foot and then the other. Find a spot on the wall that's in line with your legs. Stop in the middle again and slowly lower your chest towards the ground. And then go onto your stomach again. Bring your feet together. Your elbows kind of like you just prop yourself up on the elbow here. And you're going to just push up from your hands into a nice little upper back stretch. Squeeze your feet together and bring your elbows back onto the ground. And one more time. Push up from your hands. Keep your belly button on the floor. Just go and stretch your upper back here. Wiggle it from side to side. Elbows back on the floor. And down. And last one. Push from your hands. And go to your stretch. Find a nice little movement in your spine from side to side. Get your shoulders down and elbows back on the floor. And we're going to go back through child's pose. Give it a nice stretch in the opposite direction. Again from side to side. Find a good stretch here. Put your hand down towards the side of your leg. Open up towards the ceiling. Really feel stretch in your side again. Push your hips forwards and through the middle, towards the other side. And one more time to the other side. Through the front, middle, and over to the other side. Really, as you rotate around, reach from your fingertips really get a nice stretch out of your back in each direction. And reach over to the side. Alright. Nice. Alright, that is all the stretching we're going to do for today. I'm just going to do a little, just a little bit of ab activation and some cool down after that as well. Just wanted to, before we're going to go into that, just wanted to say thanks for joining me today and thanks for being patient as we sorted out our technical issues there on the other side. Hopefully you enjoyed the class. If you did really enjoy it, all these online classes at the moment are free for you, but if you want to support the Circus Hub as we go back out of lockdown as well, we do have a give a little page set up, so the link is in the video description if you want to help us out. That's a really cool way to kind of support us, support the teachers, support the hub. It's a charitable trust, so any help that we can get is it's really great and important. So thanks for that. And also, if you have any feedback, we have a little online survey in regards to the online classes. So if you have something that you would like us to do, any other feedback, things that you've enjoyed, things that you haven't enjoyed, whatever you can, any feedback that you can give us is really helpful, so that we can improve our content as we go and give you what you want as well. We're here to get you through it, to keep you training. So if you have feedback and we can make it more suitable for you, I would love to hear it. So the survey monkey link is in the video description as well, so you can click on that and give us your input. Alright, so let's just finish up with a little bit of just a few abs and some cool down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little lifts here we're going to do 10 lifts into I'm losing the words today a little bit. Dish shape, that's the one that I was looking for. So you're doing dish lifts, and I'm going to do some butt lifts, just little lifts with legs kind of 90 degrees from the floor. And then we're going to do 10, you can either do V-snaps or V-tucks, 10 of those, and then I'm going to do 10 penguin tabs. So 10 on each side, so 20 in total. So just do that in your own time. I will do them with you, of course. I'm going to get my abs strong as well. But yeah, do it as you are ready. So 10 dish lifts. 10 back lifts for your lower abs. Just little lifts, legs 90 degrees off the floor, and nice and straight. If they're too hard, just bend your legs, that's totally fine. And then 10 tucks or V-snaps, depending on what you prefer. If you feel like your back muscles are kicking in or you doesn't get your abs enough, it's totally fine to do tucks. Just see what is right for you. And place your feet onto the ground and do 10 tabs on each side. Nice. Alright. Hopefully you felt that in your abs a little bit. Just a little activation. We didn't do heaps of back bending today, so that should be fun. But if you want to do more, feel free to do one of our Circus Fit classes online after this. So we have lots of good videos set up for you to re-watch if you like. Let your knees drop towards the floor in a nice little relaxed butterfly. Place your hands into the crease of your hips on your legs and push them away from you. Lengthen your spine, lengthen your sides, and breathe. Nice little relaxed stretch. Get some air in your spine. It's always nice after a bit of back bending. And then bring your feet together and straighten them out. And then we're going to lift them up overhead and let your knees drop towards the floor. Get a really nice stretch in the back. Yeah. Can rock it a little bit. Can rock it from side to side. Again, get a good stretch out of all the bits of your body that feel like they need a little bit of stretching out after doing the opposite direction stretch. And then slowly come back down, up onto your feet. And that is it for today's class. I hope you enjoyed the class. As I said, if you have any feedback or want to donate to the Circus Hub, the links are just in the video description down below. And while you're at it, you can also like and subscribe to our channel as well. So that's a good way of finding all the new videos that we are posting pretty much on a daily basis at this point. We've also set up some new Zoom classes, so if you're interested in getting some feedback of your training, so we have a bit of a more of a conversation between the trainers and the students. The Zoom classes are really great for that. We have a range of different classes set up, so you can sign up to those via the Mind and Body app. And can try it out, see how it goes, if you like it, and let us know how you're getting on. Thanks very much for joining, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye!